And that's based off the fact we will start with UConn and their matchup against Alabama. I was going to say Houston because I had Houston going to and winning the championship in a couple of my brackets. I will say a lot of my brackets are still alive. I did have Purdue making a run. So the Purdue angle for me and probably for others is strong with me and UConn with the Hurley connection. I had them as many other people had them. Bro, how do you see the UConn-Alabama game shaking up in our first Final Four matchup?
I see UConn rolling. I see UConn winning by at least 12, 13 points. And I see maybe it being close the first maybe 10 minutes of the game. But I think a couple runs. I don't know if Alabama's going to be able to withstand the runs of UConn.
Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Listen, for me, a lot of people think this game is going to be a rout. I think this game's going to be quite close. Alabama is a very good team. They knocked off a solid North Carolina squad. There's a great storyline here with Nate Oates, who was a math teacher for a number of years, coaching high school basketball a decade ago, and now he's a coach of a team in the Final Four. Nate Oates was a former coach with Bobby Hurley Jr. at Buffalo, so there's a Hurley connection here. His Alabama team is dangerous. He's brought in a new crew this year, with the NIL revolution, and he's gotten through these guys and coached them up. This dude, Nelson, was a baller against North Carolina. Sears went off against Clemson. Alabama's a serious team. They are a threat to the UConn Huskies. Nonetheless, Danny Hurley.
Just listen to what you just said.
Pride of St. Anthony's, New Jersey. I think UConn's going to be able to get it done, but it's going to be a close game down the stretch. UConn has been smacking teams by 30 this entire tournament. They've had big leads, and I think this is going to be a dogfight. Nip and tuck. I'm favoring UConn, but folks, do not sleep on Alabama A and Nate Oates B as a coach. Let's move over to the next exciting, invigorating, any other word, adjective you want to throw into this. Purdue versus NC State. Would NC State have been in the Final Four had they not won the ACC championship? This team is scorching hot. 5 games in 5 days to win the ACC championship to get in the tournament. And they've been knocking teams out the box to get to the championship game. They've laid hands on Duke in that Elite Eight. Everybody wanted a Duke-Purdue matchup. They got Purdue NC State. Folks, I got to say the buck stops here. I'm picking Purdue in this revenge tour. Lost in the first round last year. Zach Edey is an NBA player. Close game. DJ Burns, great storyline. Horn, baller. Okay, Horn's an NBA player. DJ Burns, I don't know about him being an NBA player, but he's definitely making a reputation for himself in the NCAA tournament. Nonetheless, Purdue, like Virginia years ago, after losing the first round, I had Purdue winning this matchup and making it to the finals. Face off against the UConn Huskies. Bro, what do you have?
Yeah, I think I got the same. We're gonna go Purdue over NC State. I don't think NC State's gonna have enough for Purdue.
We're in agreement on this. We have a Purdue UConn matchup in the championship game. And, bro, unless you have anything more, I just have to say, these are outstanding matchups on the men's and the women's side of this bracket. Caitlin Clark, Paige Buchers, South Carolina. I need to put some more respect on the name. I just know they're a juggernaut of a team. NC State women breaking through, not a number 1 seed to make the Final Four. And then on the men's side, we have heavyweights. Alabama, folks, it's not just Roll Tide. It's not just their football team. Nate Oates has built their basketball team into a power. We all know what Danny Hurley is doing at UConn. Respect to Zach Edey and Purdue and what they've gone through. Yes, what Purdue has gone through, being a number 1 seed and losing in the first round last year. It's amazing that Zach Edey even came back and that the coach is still there. Right, his program absolutely collapsed and imploded. And then NC State, that might be the best storyline of all. 5 games and 5 days to make the tournament and then powering through to the championship game. You know who we have to put some respect on their name, bro. Shout out to the late, great Jim Valvano. Right, you want to talk about survive and advance? All right, NC State. Again, that was 83. It's 2024. Right? 41 years later. NC State men's and women's in the championship, the Final Four. It's just an amazing story. Shout out to the late great Jimmy Valvano and all of these great matchups. South Carolina, Iowa. That's what the people want to see. I got South Carolina, UConn, Purdue on the men's side. The UConn Huskies back-to-back. Danny Hurley, pride of St. Anthony's. Respect on everybody's name.
Do 33 to 24. They grind you till you slip and fall asleep.
Castle, that's clever.
Edie on Diarra. There it is again.
Spencer stops, pops. Yes, sir.
Wow, he got some stuff. Spencer for hire. Look at you. He's fighting him. Caravan.
Edie. Using the muscle.
Caravan actually had a point though.
Jones, feed it to Gillis.
They're going to stay at home.
Edie steps in for two.
Caravan may have to go to the orthodontist if this is over. So we're dead. Started those great St. Anthony programs. Nice.
Jones, blocked by Spencer. Edie on a kick. Jones penetrates. Gets the roll on the inside. Timeout, Matt Painter. Smith looking to drive in. 11 players on this roster from the state of Indiana. Edie is not one of them as he puts it down hard against Klingon. Screen, Klingon. Caravan takes the baseline. Klingon, yes.
And how about Caravan? Silently contributes to the cause.
UConn fans on their feet behind. Head coach Dan Hurley. Shot clock down to 4. Caravan, float it. Klingon, exclamation point with a lane. It is a UConn coronation. The Huskies make history. Back-to-back national champions.